If you're full clearing and you're losing games because the enemy jungle is perma ganking and he's tilting you laners and you cannot win, this is the perfect video for you. So basically, this is one of my students that actually full clears as well. However, he mastered few of the concepts that I explained in my courses and he went from gold to emerald. And basically, I've been challenger half my life and I can promise you that these are the 3 main reasons you're losing game if you're full clearing and losing. Let's get straight into it. Champion mastery. Guys, no matter what you're playing, you need to have a good champion mastery. When I say good champion mastery, you need to understand what your champion actually does and the strengths and weaknesses. Like if you're playing 80 bruiser champions, it's usually in a certain category, and I'll show you what it is. So right now it's 5 traits. So when I say 5 traits, every single genre, okay? If you play an assassin, if you play a bruiser, if you play a tank, if you play whatever, there's certain traits with those champions. So you need to understand what your champion is good at, what it's very bad at, what is bad at, average, good, very good. So these are the 5 traits: team fighting, split pushing, flankers, pick potential, side laning. This is basically for my mid game course. I don't go too much in detail onto this right here in this video, but basically you need to understand what your champion does. I'll show you the following, which is number 2, champion choice. So one thing that's very crucial is that like you need to understand what your champion actually does. If you watch YouTubers say like, you should full clear, you do this and that, it depends on what champion you play. Let's look at Talon's win rate versus game length. Well, surprise, Talon's win rate is pretty high if it's in the early game. The moment it goes a little bit lower to late game, it goes below 45. What's the reason? Well, this champion can't actually full clear and outscale, let's say, a Mundo, where if you go to like 40 minutes, Mundo win rate is 56. Imagine Talon against Mundo, we all know what happens. Basically, depending on what champion you play, you want to either gank more or farm more. And if you decide to gank more, okay, you need to learn how to have good gank execution. Know when ganks are good. You need to lean on more onto your champion strength, okay? So if you play a champion that's a bit more full clearing like Mundo, what do you need to learn? How to jungle track so fucking insanely well. Because if you farm and just play the game, you'll win the game, right? So depending on what your champion is, you need to recognize the identity and understand basically what you need to do. If you understand that, trust me, you'll have a much easier time. So now let's go to some game examples. Number 3. What is number 3 that's super crucial? It is jungle tracking. So you might be thinking, Kirei, I'm perma jungle tracking. I pick my laners to play safe, but they don't listen. You wanna know the truth and why that is? Laners, they can't fix the wave in like 5 seconds. That is just not how it works. So I'll show you an example here, okay? I'm the Udyr and I wasn't jungle tracking at all, and even I'm struggling if I'm not jungle tracking, okay? So take a look here. Let's take a look from Carter's POV, okay? Carter right now is farming. He's like a platinum player, okay? He's farming. Look what he does. He sees me killing mid lane. Did he ping me that I could gank mid lane after 330? He didn't. Look at mid lane. Look at how he's playing. You know what Carter's seeing right now? Oh, the crap, baby. Oh, let's go, baby. Oh, yeah. I mean, meanwhile, this guy should be thinking, okay, I'm taking top crap. Why is Udyr not here? I guess he's in the bot side. So what can he do? He can gank mid lane or bot lane. The fact that if he actually just pinged his mid lane here to be mindful about me, he would maybe hook the top side or play a little bit safer. But now, he's completely not aware, run a bit towards my side, and he died. And just so you know, this simple thing tilts the f out of Cassiopeia. Look at him. He's stomping lane really hard. We can all agree with that. Simply because he didn't jungle track, and guess what? We should all know that junglers finish their full clear at 330, take a crap, 340, surely they can gank, right? 340, surely they can look for a gank after the crap. There he is. What did cards do? Oh, I got a crap. Oh shit, my laner died. Okay, wonderful. Now, guess what? Cartus, if he actually paid attention, he should have literally seen me walking into the bot side. It's not rocket science. So, as I'm walking into bot side, he should now be thinking, well, I'm playing Cartus, I just want to farm up. What can Udyr do? Looking at bot lane and how deep they are, even though enemy jungle could and should base here on paper, I'm the jungler by the way, just so you know, I decided, hey man, I'm just gonna gank bot lane and spam gank. So right now, Karthus might be thinking in his brain, and by the way, you should understand yourself. This could be you. Your mindset could be, oh my god, full clearing is the holy grail. But here's the thing. There are psychopaths that will not base and will perma-gank. Just because you would not gank, it doesn't mean the enemy jungler wouldn't gank. So even though ganking here as Udyr is quite bad, especially if his topside camps are spawning, if he goes for his gank and it fails, and he has to then base and goes to this camp later, I can promise you he's not gonna enjoy the game. However, right now, have you noticed that Karthus hasn't pinged one single time? And guess what happened? Now Karthus is pinging careful, and now their bot lane is dead. I can promise you, if Karthus actually did the following, look, their bot lane died here, traded a kill, but still hella worth it. But if Karthus actually did the following, which is right now ping them in advance, hey, careful there, careful here. And then, if they actually got pinged careful and they see this, instead of Rel thinking, oh my god, this play looks super sexy, man. Holy shit, look at this Tom Coco. Ooh, that belly. He would have been like, maybe I shouldn't go for this. But instead, he went in here thinking he's trolling, which, honestly, this is an amazing trait. However, I decided to go for a gank here, and because they weren't fully aware, they actually died here, you see? So even though Karthus pinged, in the end, it didn't even matter. But do you see basically how this simple thing like zone tracking would completely change it? I'm telling you, if this play, by the way, did not work out, the Gromp would be spawning, Karthus would maybe cancel my bases. Even if he's not cancelling my base, he can gank my bot lane here, and now Karthus has item advantage. So guess what? He should be winning the fight, right? But because he didn't ping, I killed laners. And now the beautiful part. Look, I did this on purpose, okay? I decided to not ping Karthus. And just so you know, before I even see Karthus, I should already be fully aware 420, yes 420 is blazed, he is gonna be in the bot side. Knowing he's in the bot side, it's not rocket science. What can he do? Gank mid lane or gank bot lane. So if you're the Udyr here, some people here would read the chat because I don't know, their bot lane's flaming or whatever. You should be thinking, hold up, I gank mid lane, I gank bot lane, what can enemy jungle do? It should not be rocket science. Right now I should instantly ping careful here, then careful here. So my bot lane is fully aware that Karthus can be here and they can die. However, I didn't do that. My Tahm Kench could have easily pushed this wave before the next wave would crash, which allows them to be safe and they could base, right? However, they pushed it way too slow. He's like last hitting for God knows what reason. And just so you know, the fact that he's last hitting, he probably didn't think about Karthus at all even. However, if I actually would have pinged him a lot earlier, which let's say right now I'm fully aware Karthus can go bot side, I would instantly ping care. He might have crashed the wave, and even if he didn't, he would now be considering, maybe I shouldn't fight this. You know what the thing with laner brains is that laners think, oh my god, maybe I can outplay this, but I'm not sure. This is what Ash is thinking, because let's be real, this guy is literally on a ward. But here's the deal. When laners are thinking they can maybe outplay them, it's better to tell them, don't go for it. Because if this gank doesn't work out, his Gromp, his wolves are all respawning very awkwardly, and Udyr gets tempo, which means he has the first play, and enemy jungle cannot match. And that is super good for Udyr, super bad for Karthus. But the trade-off that Karthus is trying to do now is getting a kill. If you ping right now to Ashe, character, please don't fight, please don't fight. It's really bad for him. He can just easily run to the left here, and he should not be able to die. Right now, if he keeps running to the left, instead of here, he'll be fine. For some reason, he decided it was good to go in here, which it was not, by the way. He could have easily run to the left, but this gank should not have worked out. But no one is pinging them in their face permanently. Stop fighting. Don't fight here. And just so you know, please don't ping 5 times. Pinging twice is enough. Don't ping them 5 times. I've seen some people that I coach ping people 4 times. Please don't do that. Pinging like 1 time here, like 1 time here should be good enough. If you want them to back off, ping them twice. That's all, okay? But basically, you see here that instead of him not getting a kill, Kartus randomly gets a double kill. But have you noticed how there's like both junglers getting 4 kills in total almost? It's because no junglers are pinging at all, you know? And if you want to master the full clear playstyle, you have to learn how to ping. If you don't do that, no bueno. So this is literally just 5 minutes in the game, and I'm showing both perspectives on why it's like not that good, you know? So now let's go to another example. Right here, take a look here. Kartus just took the grubbies, and let's just look from Kartus' POV. Kartus took the grubs. What does this usually mean? And I can even go a bit further so you get full details, okay? Basically, Kartus killed me, and he gets the grubbies. Now pay attention to my respawn timer. I'm respawning in 2 seconds, and Kartus still has to finish all the grubbies. I would say he needs the base after clearing his camps, right? So let's put it this way. If Udyr is a psychopath, and he decides to skip his boss camps, run straight into bot lane or mid lane, what can Kartus do? Nothing. The only thing he can do is one thing, which is understanding that he's now going to be down tempo, which means Udyr has the first move, and the only thing he should be doing and thinking about is, okay, what can Udyr do? If Udyr is not killing my mid lane, not killing my bot lane, he should win the game. That's just how it is. Like, there's no way that with 0-2 top, 1-3 Katarina, 0-3 Ashe, that his laners are gonna get 2v2'd. This is the most dangerous time where enemy laners are gonna play aggressive, and I'll show you the following. Take a look at this, okay? Look at the stats here. Do you see how every single lane on the left side is losing? So how do you think the enemy bot lane is gonna play? I think we can all agree that this is how the enemy team wants to play. And what's happening right now is that, let's say the Kartus is down tempo, okay? He's like here, Udyr's already going bot side, okay? Now, if their laners are playing like this, guess what Udyr can do? He can loop around, kill them, and Kartus is down tempo, farming. Boom. Enemy bot lane dead. The more ahead you are, the more you have to ping your laners to play safe, because they will play very aggressive. So being more aware of tempo is even more important. And now let's take a look at Kartus. He's basing, he's like, you chilling, he's like, yo boys, we just got the grubbies, you know? Wonderful. Okay, Kartus ping top lane to play safe here, you see? He pinged top lane, play safe. Wonderful. Okay, really, really good. I loved what he did here, because Yorick is the only one that's on the map. Cassio, pretty safe, Misfortune base. I love that, okay? I really love seeing that. That's really, really good. Now, let's see how consistent he is, okay? Let's see how consistent he is with pinging. He wants to clear his entire bot side camps, and he's not going to be playing on this wave. He's not going to be playing on this wave. So what should Kartus do? He should jungle track, right? Even if no one is showing mid lane, he should still be thinking, okay, what if Udyr goes mid lane from the top side? Or what if Udyr goes from here? Like, you should be thinking, what can Udyr do? And communicate that. So Misfortune is going to put down his ward. So Cassiopeia is not going to go psychopath. And as a jungler, after you get a kill or objective, usually you are down tempo. You do not want to compromise your farm. Your number one job is to farm up, especially if you play scaling jungler. And I'll be honest, even if you play ganking jungler, you still want to clear your bot side camps and then make a play. But with ganking junglers, you have more opportunities to make a play happen, and it's better to make early game stuff happen compared to Kartus, no need. But guess what? There's a random Udyr appearing. Did someone ping here? No. No one pinged. Just saying, this Ashe was actually trolling. He didn't want to play the game. Because look, went for a gank here. The Ashe here didn't want all in. He just... yeah. Classic. But yeah, anyway. Right now you can see that this guy got chunked, okay? And look at Kartus. Look at Kartus. I just ganked bot lane. What is Kartus doing? Kartus is ganking mid lane. But now, guess what? He's back to farming. And his top side camps are up. What should he do? He should be thinking, what can Udyr do? Boom. Udyr just showed here, okay? Literally on the ward. You see this Misfortune? He's like, oh shit, Udyr's here? Do you remember what I said previously on the Rift Kit? Whenever laners are ahead, they will play like this. if you're playing a jungle and you're down tempo or you're farming, you need to ping your laners in advance before they go donkey mode. Now what happened is the following. Bum, goodbye. Just because you have losing lanes, that doesn't mean it's not playable. If you have losing lanes, more opportunities are being created. And here's the thing. If let's say for some reason enemy jungle has the same tempo as me, let's say it's like this, okay? And they're playing like this. Guess what I will do? I will not gank bot lane. Whenever you have losing lanes, right? Whenever you have losing lanes, you wanna cover dives and wait for their bases. And for some reason, if Kartus goes for random mid lane gank, which happened by the way this game, take a look here, right? Kartus went for a random mid lane gank here. It didn't work out. I mean, not really random, he tried to help. And then he's going towards his wolves. Guess what? I got now tempo opportunity because he went for a random play. So do you see how like an opportunity came because Kartus actually, well, didn't actually, you know, keep full clearing, and he could have been bot lane. Imagine Kartus now is in the bot lane here, okay? Guess what? We would get stomped here like crazy. But a good jungler will not gank here. A bad jungler will gank here and get triple killed. So understanding as well, like when you should be making a play and when you should not be making a play is very essential. So I really want to put high emphasis, like really high emphasis on the fact that yes, you first need to recognize what champion you're playing. Because look at the following. Take a look at this. This is like 80 bruiser champions, okay? There's always strengths and weaknesses. So you need to understand, well, what your champion is good at and what is bad at, right? If you don't understand these things, and as well which drafts, how you want to play with these champions, if you want to gank or not, like I explained everything in this video about bruisers, about tanks, like you name it. But basically, you need to understand what your job is and lean towards your strengths. You outskill enemy, please learn how to jungle track. You're playing Lee Sin, please learn how to gank. Of course, you need to learn both though. If you play Kartus, you still need to learn how to gank, but your priority should be jungle tracking. And especially if you're in lower elo, especially if you're in platinum, you need to understand what's the main priority for you to get the best results. Take a look at this. This guy, for example, 2 weeks ago, he was gold. Literally 2 weeks ago, okay? Now he's Emerald 4. So this guy got my early game and mid game course, and trust me, the only thing he did actually was focusing on jungle tracking. He decided to play Mundo, which is, by the way, a champion. He has 73% win rate, 33 games in Mundo. He stopped playing 2 champions, or like playing more champions, and he focused mostly on jungle tracking and communicating with my team. And it was that easy. Guess what? He realized by accident, oh, actually I'm playing a jungle that's actually scaling. So jungle tracking is important. Of course, he got my services. So I did tell him, okay, I would recommend you to focus on these because I know his champion pool. But now, hopefully with this video, you actually recognize like what champion you're playing, what you should be focusing on for the best results. And focus on the most important to the least important. So in the comments, write down your elo, write down a bit your champions. I'll try to respond to all of them. I'll probably respond to the first 10 or 20, not to everything. And I'll write to you what are the main things you need to work on, okay? Because in the end, like even this guy, right? Even if you're like high elo, okay? Mid game fundamentals, early game fundamentals, you need certain fundamentals for you to get the best results, depending on which champ you play. And I can give you guys some advice, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I only spoke about one topic, which is mostly a bit tempo and jungle tracking. But trust me, it's so important. Like, almost every student of mine, I teach them these things and it's so important. Jungle tracking. For example, Rafa, one of the boys, he was Diamond 4 for 1 year. He got mid-game course after 2 weeks. Master. What did he do? Jungle track. And yes, there's several ways to jungle track. In mid-game it's a bit different. But understanding these concepts is so important. And once you master them, you will climb. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below and have a nice day. Peace.